pitter-patter of little feet.
Hi, Stephen.
Hey, come here. What are you doing here? You're supposed to be asleep by now, I think, aren't you? No. Oh. Well, what's up?
Hey, how about I take you upstairs and read you a story?
No.
Paulina! Don't ever do that.
Do what?
Sneak up on me again.
You're still not home, Cass. Where are you? And is Mary Frances with you?
You're in New York? What, are you crazy?
Yes, and a bit desperate.
Please don't tell me that you have Frankie there with you.
I'm afraid she insisted on joining me.
Cass, you're nuts.
We had to do it.
Frankie...
Nice acoustics.
Nice breakfast.
Excuse me?
I smell something cooking, bacon or pork or...
Pork?
Yes, we vegans have an acute olfactory sense. Wait a minute, now I know what it is. Ham.
That was low. Even for you, that was low. I'll have you know that my Shakespeare teacher thought I was a wonderful Richard III.
I'm so happy for you. And the world is happy you went into law.
Well, if you finished having your way with me, I think I'll take a look around, explore a bit. There's a door over there.
Well, if it's all the same to you, Master Thespis, I will stay here in the light.
Well, remember, there are only beneficent specters in the theater.
Jake, this is Ian Rain.
Nice to see you again. You're the new line jockey, right?
Groundskeeper.
Now we're even. I've got to check on security. Good night, Paulina.
Good night, Ian. Could have been a little friendlier.
What do you want me to do, fall down all over the guy?
Just not be rude.
Paulina, if you're gonna lose track of time, I just wish you'd do it with me, okay? Christy.
Hi, Ryan.
Christy, Lorna Devon, Christy.
Hi. I saw you at the courthouse today. You're Kevin Anderson's friend, aren't you?
Yeah, outside of court. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you, too.
Bye.
Goodbye. Good night. Christy, listen, you know, we're not really open for business yet,
That
but...
doesn't matter, Ryan. I actually came to see you.
Oh, yeah? Me? Why?
It's Mary Frances. She had a really bad day in court today, and I'm very worried about her.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be okay.
Look, I really just need to talk to her and give her whatever comfort I can, and I haven't been able to reach her, and that worries me even more.
I'm sure she's with Cass. I'm sure they're both okay.
Look, I've been calling their house for hours, and they're not there. And do you know where they are?
I'm so sorry.
Excuse me, but you practically frightened this woman out of her bracelets.
Do forgive me, young beauty. I didn't think my costume would have so dramatic an effect. I hoped so, of course. But I'm so grateful for your screams. I do apologize, however, for any fright I caused you. I open in the second act. What do you think?
It works.
Oh, thank you.
Are you Richard Gray?
The one and only, my dear boy. And who might you be?
Well, this is Marianne Parker, and I'm Samuel Johnson.
How rich. How absolutely droll.
What's that?
Samuel Johnson, the illustrious tragedian whose name graces this theater. Sarah Siddons was a dear friend of Dr. Johnson's. You wouldn't by any chance be a descendant?
No.
Ah, oh, well, a good omen, nonetheless. Are you, by any chance, an agent?
No, absolutely not. We came here to ask you about an actress you worked with in October 1984.
Oh, dreadful year. Etched in my memory. Let me see, October 84. Yes, that would be the Hamlet. We performed in this very theater Ironic. I hope the bad vibes aren't lingering. I played Claudius. Thankless role. No way you can really win with that one. But then Hamlet is such an overrated play. It was very dull, don't you think?
Well, now that you mention it, it is a tough one to put on, isn't it? I mean, I think the writing is magnificent, the poetry, and I do love to read it, but rarely have I attended a performance that didn't have me asleep by intermission.
Just so.
Oh, yes, but as I was saying, we came here to ask you about this actress you worked with in the '84 Hamlet, Christina McHale.
Christy McHale. Oh, my, oh, my. Talk about dreadful vibes.
Harrison. Just a minute. Why don't you go on ahead? I'll be right up.
Don't be long.
I won't. Yes, Parker. Alaska. New Orleans. Good. All right, Parker. I want Ryan to get these offers immediately. And Parker, keep my name out of it. Ryan is not to know that I had anything to do with this.
Christy, really, I don't think you should worry. I mean, they're probably just out. They took a walk or something.
I don't think that's it, Ryan. Cass and Mary Frances have been gone for hours.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I've been calling forever. I don't think they went on any walk.
Excuse me, I've got a delivery.
Yeah, the espresso bar machine.
That's it.
Well, you're about 2 hours late, you know that?
I'm sorry about that, but my partner tossed his back out last night at the poker fest. I'm probably gonna need your muscle getting on a dollar. You mind?
I guess I've got to do it if I want my espresso machine, right? I have it. Listen, I got your check right here. It's, yeah. I'll just be back in a second.
Sure.
Okay! Sorry about that.
That's okay. You know, you need an espresso bar, you need an espresso machine.
Yeah,
right?
well, looks like we're open for business now, huh?
Yeah.
Listen, Christy, about Cass and Frankie. I'm sure they just went out for a film or something, get away from everything, you know,
I'm sure.
de-stress themselves, get away from the phone, you know.
You're probably right. I'm sorry I bothered you.
No, really, no
Crazy.
bother.
I've just been really upset about Mary Frances, and ever since we were kids, I've really tried to look out for her, and ever since this awful stuff has happened, I think I've just been a little overprotective and overwrought.
I understand, I do.
Thank you, and it's really good to know that Mary Frances has such good friends, isn't it?
Are you the police?
Us? No way. We're friends of Christy.
Friends?
We're very concerned about her.
Yes, well, I'm afraid your concerns for her are probably justified. What's the poor creature done now?
Well, we're not exactly sure.
We're just worried about her.
You see, Mary Ann and Christy grew up together, and recently they've rejoined, and, but something is not quite right with Christy.
An understatement if ever there was one.
And we can't seem to put our finger on the cause.
Yeah, I lost track of Christy after we both left home and since she came here to New York.
Typical of so many actors losing touch with their roots. Frankly, I think it affects their performance. One must stay grounded.
Yes, well, we were thinking that maybe because her New York days counted for so many years and so much must have happened to her
We thought that if we could find out what went on during those years...
Maybe it would help us understand what happened to her, figure out what went wrong.
Unraveling the mystery. A brave attempt at helping a friend. That could be very moving.
Can you remember anything that might help us?
Well, I don't actually remember knowing her very well. I only remember her name because of the commotion that went on at the end of Hamlet.
What commotion was that?
It was a real brouhaha, actually. Very unfortunate.
What happened?
And your friend was understudying Ophelia and the player queen and all the rest of it. But she hadn't as yet had an opportunity of going on. Not until closing night, that is. Our Ophelia suddenly took very ill.
What was it?
I have no idea.
How was Christy in the part?
The word bizarre comes to mind.
Bizarre?
I try to be kind to other actors. We encounter so much cruelty.
So true. So true. Well, the constant rejection, the glib ridicule, and so forth.
Oh, yes. Anyway, the play came to its sad and melancholy end. We take a curtain call, but alas, no Christie.
That's very strange.
You said it. Actors don't miss any chance for adoration. Anyway, I went back to my dressing room, started to pack up. Remember, it was closing night. When our Fortinbras ran in. Isn't that always the way with Fortinbras? Always rushing in at the 11th hour, and who needs him, really? Anyway, he came running in and told me that Christie was lying on her dressing room floor, barely conscious.
What had happened to her?
It was all rather ugly, I'm sorry to say.
Same dream?
Yeah.
Can you remember what it's
No,
about?
I don't know what it is. It's just not clear, but
It's all right.
it's so scary.
You're safe, you're safe. What do you remember?
It's in the cave. It's so cold. There's a man there.
Ryan?
It's not Ryan. If it were Ryan, I'd know.
Could it be Carl?
No, it's not. It's I just don't see his face. He's a stranger to me, but I don't know who it is. Why don't I know who it is?
What does he say?
Nothing. It's just so scary to me.
It's just a dream. Just a dream. You're all right.
What was wrong with Christy?
I really have no idea. They took her off to the hospital, and I flew off to California the next day. I had a movie to shoot, which turned out to be thoroughly mediocre. Remember, I told you it was a bad year. Appalling.
But Christy, what happened to Christy?
Well, I heard no more about it, being out in La La Land, at least not firsthand.
Well, surely your friends must have heard something.
Oh, yes, about a month down the road, I'd finished mercifully my shooting schedule. I was back in New York and ran into several of my Hamlet castmates and asked them what happened.
And they told you?
All manner of things. There were so many different versions, no one was quite sure what had transpired.
Did they know why Christy had been hospitalized?
Well, as I said, there were several stories floating around. One, she had a bad flu. Another, she had a nervous breakdown.
Oh, really?
But the best story, the most dramatic, was she'd tried to commit suicide.
Suicide? Why?
She had a desperate crush on the actor playing Hamlet. And when he spurned her advances, she did as poor Ophelia did, you know.
Oh, that's awful.
Surely an overstatement. After all, our Horatio was also madly in love with Hamlet, but that's another story.
Which of the versions do you think is true?
Well, I'd put my money on the suicide scenario. Christie did seem quite unstable, definitely a disturbed individual, frighteningly so at times.
Look, Mr. Gray, when I told you that my name was Samuel Johnson, I wasn't being completely honest.
You deceived me?
Only for the best of reasons.
Christy may have done something very wrong, and Frankie... She's not Mary Ann Parker either. May have to take the rap for it.
Drawing this beauty into trouble. Christie, I knew, was confused.
Yes, well, we're afraid she may be a little more than just confused.
How can I help?
Would you be so kind as to take my card and give us a call at the Hotel Delafield? It's 555-3838. if you should remember anything else.
It's very important that we find out all we can about Christy as fast as we can.
And we'll be back in Bay City by Monday, so if you should remember anything later, don't hesitate to call collect at the Bay City number.
Cass Winthrop. Very distinctive name.
Well, thank you.
Cassio, Caspar, Casanova.
Never mind.
But I shall do as you ask. I promise.
Thank you so much.
May I just give you one small warning? You seem such a nice couple. Please be careful where Christy is concerned. I did have a bad feeling about her.
Yes, hello. I'm trying to reach my lawyer, Mr. Cass Winthrop. He said he'd be registered there. Yes, I can. No, thank you. You needn't bother ringing his room. I don't wish to disturb him tonight. Thank you. Yes, hello. When does your next flight from New York depart? Thank you.